joining me again for part 2 of my misadventures, also known as my 48-state road trip. Excuse me. I apologize. So I'm actually late posting this. I wanted to get it posted on Tuesday, but things happened. I got booked for some photo shoots, and I also wound up with a really bad migraine, so I definitely did not do anything that day, which would be yesterday. But I'm feeling better today, so here we are. I'm sweating. So here we are. The last place we left off was Hot Springs National Park in Arkansas. So we had just gotten massaged and bathed, and we were hungry, so we were heading to our next spot, which was going to be in Tennessee. And I told you guys that it was for food. So Autumn and I were both from Texas. I don't think she was originally from Texas, or maybe she was. I don't know, but we're both living in Texas, so we had both had a lot of Texan barbecue. And if you don't know anything about barbecue, depending on where you are, it's different. The way you cook it, what sauce you use, how long you marinate it, how long you smoke it, all of that's different, and so it leads to different types of barbecue. So we wanted to try Memphis barbecue. So we went to Corky's Ribs and Barbecue in Memphis, Tennessee. It was very, very highly rated. It was actually recommended in one of the travel books that we had been reading previously to this. So we definitely had to try it. The food was amazing. I don't regret it. At the time, I didn't eat beef or pork, so I had chicken, and it was still delicious. The sauce was amazing. The sides were amazing. All of it was just amazing. So I was really happy that we went there. Funny part of that story, though, is that as we were getting up to leave, because it wouldn't be a misadventures without things going wrong, but we went to go get up and leave, and Autumn realized that she did not have the keys, and she was the one that was driving last. So we had to search the booth. We searched the bathroom, we looked all over the floor, through our stuff that we brought in, nothing. We sat there for a minute trying to figure out where we put the keys. So after a while, we kind of counted it as a loss and just decided to go back to the car and see if we had left them there. So we get to the car, and Autumn had left our keys in the ignition with the doors open in like the middle of Memphis, Tennessee. We were so lucky we had a car to come back to. Like, come on. After I gave her a lot of crap about her leaving my keys in my car with all of our belongings while we ate dinner, we were on our way. We definitely learned the lesson. Anytime we got out of the car, we would immediately ask each other, do you have the keys? Like, just automatically. But of course it turned out okay. So we did have the keys, we had the car and everything in it. So that was good. So after we got over the shock of finding our keys in the car, we were on to our next spot. So our next stop was going to be in Mississippi. So we're only in June 24th at this point. June 24th was still, we were not even 2 days into the trip. We left June 23rd. So June 24th, we're into Mississippi at this point. So we did get the Mississippi state sign, but for some reason, the spot that we came in, there was a Mississippi sign, but not a Tennessee sign. So we wound up just getting the Mississippi, and luckily, we, through our planning of like where we're going, the cat fell down. Hold on. It might permanently be down. Wait. I'm gonna have to fix that later. But, so if we look at like the after, we come back through Tennessee again. So we have 2 chances to get the Tennessee sign. So, or 2 more chances. So we decided to just say, hey, just get the Mississippi. So we got our Mississippi sign, and then we were on to our next stop. So a little bit about Autumn and I. We're both really big history buffs. We love historical sites. We love learning about history. I think she's actually going to school for history, whereas I went for science, but I still love history. So actually we both met teaching history to 4th graders through this really cool program. But yeah, anyways, so we love history. So that's important because we went to the Vicksburg National Military Park in Vicksburg, Mississippi. We actually got there kind of late. So, because originally we were supposed to leave Arkansas a lot earlier. If you remember, we were running behind, so we were supposed to leave Arkansas like that same day, the 23rd, like we're supposed to hit Arkansas and then go to Tennessee immediately after that for our dinner. But we stayed the night, then went to Arkansas, then Tennessee, then Mississippi. So we were just slightly too late to get there whenever they were open. But so when we got there, there was like just enough light to kind of sort of see your way around. And there were all these people that were like going around the gate to get into the monument. So we did what any natural person would do and just did that too. So we got to see some of the park. We walked until we just could not see anymore. It was cool. Like we got to read some of the monuments, and I'm really sad that we didn't get to see the whole thing during the day because it looked really cool. Like it had a lot of information, like stuff that I didn't even know or think about. Cool thing about coming back on the way up was that I don't know if you guys know about Mississippi in the middle of the summer, but it's very hot, very, very hot and humid, and the cicadas, they are so loud. Like they were deafening loud. Like I think I have a video of us walking back, and they're just so loud. There were also a lot of lightning bugs, so that was really pretty as well. So that was really cool. Too bad we didn't get to see all of it. That kind of sucked, but we did get to enjoy some of it, and the cicadas and the lightning bugs that we wouldn't have been able to otherwise. So I guess that made me happy. So after this point, it's already dark, so it's a little late, but our next stop is open 24/7. So we decided to continue driving. I believe at this point I decided to take a nap. So Autumn's gonna drive the majority of the trip to Louisiana, if not most of it. I think she actually drove most of it because I believe she woke me up to take the Louisiana sign picture. So we get to Louisiana the same day, June 24th still. We actually made it to Louisiana at 10:45 p.m. So it was a little late. And so I had my first try at taking a photo of a state sign at night. It did not go well at all. It did not go well. I tried it with a flash, but they're reflective, so you can't see us in the photo. You just see the sign, and it's huge and bright. And then I also tried to just take it without any flash, and it's just nothing. So I did not learn till my next nighttime shot that the best way to do it is just park the adventure mobile in front of it and turn the lights on the adventure mobile, then just shoot the photo. Works way better. So if you're ever having to take a nighttime state sign, park your car in front of it. It works wonders for taking the photo. So yeah, photo's not so good, but we do have one. We were there. So on to our next stop was gonna be Cafe du Monde, which was in New Orleans, Louisiana. Some of you guys don't know. Most of you guys don't know. I'm guessing that none of you guys know that New Orleans, Louisiana is probably one of my favorite places that I've been. I found this really cool door knocker on one of the buildings there, took a photo of it and got it, like walked to the tattoo shop and got it on one of my trips there. So, can you see that? There we go. There we go. He's beautiful. Yep, there he goes. So, I was really excited. This is not my first time to Cafe du Monde, and I don't think it was, oh no, it was Autumn. So this was Autumn's first time to Cafe du Monde. So it was exciting. If you guys don't know about that place, it's been open, I don't know how long it's been open, but a very long time. And they serve beignets and what kind of coffee? They serve, did I write down the kind of coffee? I didn't write it down. I don't remember what kind of coffee, but it's a special kind of coffee that they serve that is really good. You can actually order it online, and if you've never tasted it and you can't get to New Orleans, it's a good way to like get a taste of New Orleans at home. I was looking to see if I looked it up, but I didn't. I'm sorry. If I do, I will put it in the stuff down below for you guys. I'll also add to the other one our stops, so you can like see them, and I'll add to this one as well what our stops were, so that you don't have to like write them down as I'm saying them if you're curious. Anyways, Cafe du Monde is a staple of the French Quarter. So we got there at 4:30 a.m. Very, very early. Now, I had been there a few times, so I wasn't as excited as Autumn was, but it wound up just not being as good as it normally was. So we get there and like we're ushered inside. So if you've never been, there's like an inside part and then there's like a big patio. And like all the workers just kind of stand around right outside the patio, which is fine. But the problem is that like we were ushered inside. Almost all the tables were dirty, so we just found a set that wasn't and we sat down. Nobody says anything to us like at all. And they start like cleaning up the tables and then putting up chairs like around us, and we're like, this is odd. So we sat there for a while, and then we saw some other people go and sit on the patio. So we're like, okay, I guess we'll just get up and go sit on the patio. So we do. We get up. We go after like we sat there for like a good 40 minutes on the inside. Nobody says anything, right? So we go outside. We sit down on the patio in a chair, and we wait some more. So yeah. And the people that came after us got served before us, which I'm a server, I get it, but the thing was like, there was no one there when we got there. We were the only two there, and there were like 10 workers standing around not doing anything. So like, and they're open 24/7, so it's not like we just came in when they were closing. Like, it's all day. I don't know, but it took us so long. So we didn't leave until 5:49. We got there at 4:35. We left at 5:49. And that doesn't sound very long, but all that we ordered was 2 beignets and 2 coffees. And that's like 2 donuts and 2 coffees. Like that's all that we ordered. And it took that long just to like get there and get out. But that's okay. I did leave a bad review. I'm sorry. It was bad. It was so bad. It like almost ruined my day. So the next time I go, I will not be going to Cafe du Monde, but I do recommend going just to say that you've gone, because it is kind of like a staple there. But you can find great beignets anywhere else there. That it's kind of a New Orleans French Quarter thing, so you will find beignets anywhere. So yeah, that's what I think about Cafe du Monde. I'm pretty sure I'm saying it wrong, but I don't know. That's how it's spelled, and that's how I'm going to pronounce it. So after we got done with our breakfast, we took our coffees to go, and we walked around the French Quarter. So normally when you're in the French Quarter, it is so busy. So there's people everywhere. But we got there, we were walking around at like 6 a.m. So there's like no one there. And it's amazing because we got to get all these really cool photos, but there's nobody in them. Like standing in the middle of the street, there's no cars. So if you're going to go to the French Quarter for photos, like for photo reasons, do it in the morning. If you're going to do it because you're just exploring, go anytime. But like for the photos, definitely morning time. You'll not see anyone else around. Also, it smells really bad there, but like I said, it's one of my favorite places, so I would walk those streets all day long if I was there, because it's so beautiful. Like, you never get used to seeing, like, it's just so different from everywhere else. And everyone's really nice. I think there was no, that was my trip before that. But we got to talk to people. It was pretty cool. So yeah. So after our little NOLA photo shoot, we were on to our next stop. At this point, I believe Autumn had not slept. So I believe that I drove and Autumn slept at this point, because like I had slept all night, so she was gonna sleep while I drove this time to save time. So at this point, it is now June 25th, because we had stayed up all night. and we were on to Alabama. So if you guys don't know about Alabama, it is very pretty. Alabama's gorgeous. The trees there are amazing. I'm always just shocked when I go through Alabama about how pretty it is. It never gets old. So just letting you know, it's pretty. So we did not stop to sleep. As I said, Autumn was the one that was sleeping and I was driving. It's not very safe, but you do gotta trust the person who's driving you. But we've never had any issues with it. It's just what we do. So our next stop, Alabama. I'm sorry. I was forgetting what I was saying. My mind started wandering. I apologize. So we went to the USS Alabama in Mobile. M-O-B-I-L-E. Mobile? This is embarrassing. I probably should have Googled how to say that. Alabama. I'm so sorry. My Texan accent is coming out. I don't know how to say it. I don't know if it's mobile or mobile. I don't know, but on to our stop. Our stop was the USS Alabama. It was definitely one of the highlights of the trip. I was not expecting to have as much fun as I did there. So it is a huge ship. It's a battleship. Who sunk my battleship? Anyways, it's a battleship. So we got to get on it, and you get to walk around and check out everything, and it tells stories about stuff. It was really cool. I didn't expect the missiles to be as big as they were. Autumn's super tall compared to me, so I had her stand next to them and put her hand on one of the missiles so that I could get a really cool photo of her in there. I think there's someone in here. That's always awkward. Anyway, so I got her standing there with her hand on it to show exactly how big they were, because they were huge. So it was very hot in there. I don't think they had air conditioning in there, so it was just really hot, but it was still totally worth it. Got some really cool photos of things. Oh, and then we got to get on what's it called? We did the battleship, and then we did it goes underwater. I didn't write it down. It goes underwater. It's submarine. We had to go on a submarine. Those things are so small. I don't think I could live on one. Like, looking at it, like, they sleep right next to, like, the missiles. Like, it's crazy small. Like, whenever I see them on the movies, I've always thought they were, like, really big, but, like, when you get on that thing, it's such a tight squeeze. Very, very small. But I definitely recommend going to the USS Alabama if you're going to be hitting Alabama and just want one thing to do. It's definitely really cool. So that's where I'm going to end this one, is in Alabama. Our next stop was actually Florida the same day. We wound up staying in Alabama for a lot longer than expected. So when we got to Florida, when we stopped in Florida, it was just time for bed. So yeah, we'll continue on to Florida tomorrow. So if you guys haven't checked out my Facebook group, I'll put that down below as well, and you can join that, and also my Instagram, and please subscribe if you want to continue hearing about our misadventures. I believe that it goes pretty well for the next couple of states, and then we have an issue, but like, it's alright, it's still fun. So yeah, see you guys later. Bye.